Hi students, welcome to Physicswithar. So today we are going to discuss regarding the concept basic properties of charges. So these basic properties of charges you have been taken, which we can be classified into three types. So one, vectivity of charge, quantization of charge, and conservation of charge. Here for students, most of them which they may get confused that, sir, what are all these terms? So these are the new terminology which we are going to use based on charges. So in that, the first one which we are going to discuss it as additivity of charges. So regarding this, how we can tell that if a system consisting of 2-point charges q1 and q2, then the total charge on the system is obtained simply by adding algebraically q1 and q2. That is, so in last classes which you have been discussed, charges can be either positive or negative. So if charge is a positive, which we can denote it by plus. So if charge is a negative, which we can denote it by minus. That in terms of proton and electron, so which we can tell it. So in simple form, the charge which we are taking it as either positive or negative. So charges added up like real numbers. They are scalar like the mass of the body. How we are adding the mass? In a similar manner, we are adding the charges also. But a basic difference which you have been taken, charges can be positive or negative. So here, which I have been taken it as, for example, here I have been taken, this is one total system. In this system, we are having Q1, so Q2 and Q3 and so on, Qn, which can be used. Then adding up all these charges, so which is nothing but additivity of charge. In simple form, you have to tell means adding of charges. But while adding these charges, which we should have to consider about positive and negative. So charges has magnitude but no direction. So similar to the mass, however, there is a one difference between mass and charge. So what is that basic difference? So which you have been seen between mass and charge you have been taken. So mass is always positive, whereas charge can be positive or negative. So mass of a body which have been taken, always it will be positive, whereas charge can be either positive or negative. So the alternative have been said from the beginning onwards. So proper sign has to be used while adding the charges in a system. So for that, each you can take it as example. Here they have been given it as a 5 charges. They are +1, +2, +3, +4 and 5 in some arbitrary units. So which we can add it as, if I have been taken all this, so this is nothing but which I can take it as, so q1 value which is equals to +1 coulomb, and q2 value which have been taken it as which is equals to +2 coulomb, like that. So q3 is equals to, which I can take it as, so +3 coulomb, and q4 which I have been taken it as which is equals to +4 coulomb, and finally q5 which I have been taken it as which is equals to -5 coulomb. So which you have been added all this. So if you have been added all these things, so which you can add it as in simple form, which is nothing but which you can get it as by adding up, which you are going to get it as a, so that sign which is nothing but +15 which you are going to get. Sir, for example, so I have been taken, so only two charges. One is q1 is equals to +5 coulomb, and q2, for example, q2 is equals to -3 coulombs, because charge is denoted by coulomb. Now what is the net charge of this means q1 plus q2. So if you have been added this q1 plus q2, which is nothing but which you are going to get it as a 2 coulombs, that is +2 coulombs which you are going to get. So for example, so which I have been taken this as, so q1 value I have been taken it as a -5 coulomb, and q2 value which I have been taken it as a +3 coulomb. Then what is the net charge which you have been taken, including its sign which you have been written it as, that's value which is equals to -2 coulomb. So that's why only they have been used, we should have to use a proper sign while adding the charges. So in simple form, which is nothing but adding of charges including its sign.